The answer choices to this question are very clearly telling us to care about sentence structure. Anytime we mess with punctuation, we need to think about what counts as a sentence and what doesn't, especially when one of our options involves a period where we might be splitting two ideas up completely. So we've got to really think, what are the sentences here? And unfortunately, we have to kind of deal with it not knowing what's going to go in this blank. So that may make it difficult. But here's how I read it. American writer Edwidge Danticat, who emigrated from Haiti in 1981. So right there, I'm just going to cross that piece out, or let's highlight it in red. This is a little extra about this very crazily named person, Edwidge Danticat. It's got to be made up. So that, to me, is like, okay, well, we're introducing the guy. We're giving some more information about him, but we have like a main sentence here. American writer Edwidge Danticat has won acclaim for her powerful short stories, novels, and essays. Cool. Now, I don't know what's going on. So let's just kind of dive into it and see if we can kind of find our way around it. Her lyrical, praising her lyrical yet unflinching depictions of her native country's turbulent history. Ooh, there's a comma. Commas are important. Writer Robert Antoni has compared Danticat to Nobel Prize-winning novelist Toni Morrison. Here's another sentence. Writer Robert Antoni has compared Danticat to Nobel Prize-winning novelist Toni Morrison, right? Hopefully you hear that. That could just exist on its own. Capital W, period after Morrison, that's a sentence. So without kind of understanding what's going on in the middle, we see that we have two complete sentences here. So we have very specific rules about how we can join those things together. And those rules are not going to include something like choice A or choice C, where we're just merging them together. There's maybe a comma, but there's no real connector. We would need something like a semicolon. We would need a conjunction, like a word like and we do see an and, but remember what that and is doing. It's ending a list. Short stories, novels, and essays. So that and is doing another thing. So maybe choice B, right? We can include this and to join two sentences together, but when we do that, we're supposed to have a comma before it, and I don't see one here. And so what that does is it kind of muddles these sentences. She has won acclaim for her powerful short stories, novels, and essays, and praising her lyrical yet unflinching depictions of her native country's turbulent history. Writer Robert Antoni, it's too much. We need a break. And so that's why D is the answer here. The break is the period. And if we put that, what ends up happening now is we have another shift from one sentence to another. So we have clear separation of the two sentences, but the beginning part of the second sentence is an intro clause. It's a modifier telling us about this guy, Robert Antoni, right? What was he doing? He was praising her lyrical yet unflinching depictions of her native country's turbulent history. So this is why this was so confusing, is if we tried to join these together, we have like ideas that are being interrupted, and then we have an intro to another idea, and the main ideas themselves are so separated, it's hard to tell if they go together or not. But because I saw all of this coming, I was able to kind of go into the sentence hunting. Where is my main idea? What is a sentence? That way I'm not getting as confused or thrown off when I've got this point that I don't understand what's happening, this blank, where a lot of different potential things can happen. I'm just like, whatever, I'll ignore it. Let me look for complete sentences. And then because I found two, I knew I had certain punctuation that I needed. And in this case, the period, definitely the way to go.